It was July 2011, and I was at a coffee shop. I was drinking a nice warm cup of tea while I was surfing on the web. I later decided to go on YouTube and search for SpongeBob episodes. I saw that one had a pretty weird title: Goodbye SpongeBob Lost Episode. I thought that he would run away from home, similar to the episodes Whatever Happened to SpongeBob in that episode. Still curious, I clicked on the video. The page took me 15 minutes to load for some reason. After all the loading, the episode started with the opening theme. After SpongeBob plays his nose like a flute, it then went to black for 2 seconds. Then it cuts to the title card. The text was white, and the background was a tombstone, and the text read, Goodbye SpongeBob. The episode started with SpongeBob watching TV with Gary. Then there was a knock on the door. Patrick said that he'll be going on a family vacation for 2 weeks. SpongeBob said he'll miss him and give him a hug and goodbye. A title card then popped up reading 18 hours later, and then cut to SpongeBob reading a newspaper on his couch. Then there was a loud knock at the door. I almost spilled my tea, so I muted the volume a little. Patrick comes through the door urgently with a very distressed face and said that Sandy died in a plane crash due to a drunk pilot. SpongeBob let out his normal laugh. Good one, Patrick, he chuckled. Then Patrick has a serious look on his face and a stern voice that said, It wasn't a joke. She died for real. SpongeBob then started breaking down the tears and then runs to his bedroom. The next day, title card pops up, and the bubble transitions to splashes on screen, and it's with Sandy's funeral. Patrick's parents, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Mama Krabs, Gary, Pearl, and SpongeBob were all sobbing. Then there was loud static noise of actual tears, and Squidward was there, but he wasn't sobbing at all. He was laughing. It then cut to a shot of Sandy. She was drawn in the same hyperrealistic style as Bart's corpse from the Simpsons Lost episode, Dead Bart. It then cuts to black for 25 seconds, and it showed SpongeBob at his desk from procrastination. In front of him was a sheet of paper and pencil, and he started writing, and he spoke out as he wrote. Here's what he said and wrote. Without Sandy in my life, I am nothing. She made me and Patrick who we are today, and I'm thankful for her, but now that she is dead, I have no purpose in life. I cannot live without Sandy. If she's dead, then I want to be dead. Goodbye, people, and I'm really sorry if I'm hurting anyone for doing this, but I just can't live like this without Sandy. If anyone finds this note, then I'm long gone dead. Goodbye, cruel world. There was no noise after that, except for SpongeBob saying farewell, and a realistic tear came out of his eye. The tear looked like a drop of water rolling down my laptop screen. It then cut to a rope hanging from the ceiling, and SpongeBob brings the noose around his neck, stands on a stool. He sighs sadly, and then he kicks the stool from underneath him. Spotty then drops faster than a lead balloon. SpongeBob just stood and stays there. There was no audio at all. It's all dead silent. Then blood is oozing from his holes, and the blood looked realistic. It is not like your typical cartoon blood. The creepy images started flashing on screen. At the bottom of each one, it read, Rest in peace, SpongeBob. The camera then cuts to static, and then it cuts to the credits. However, it only listed written by Steven Hillenburg, which was the creator of the show himself. I was scared after seeing that crap. Why would Steven Hillenburg make an episode this disturbing? If you see this episode anywhere, do not watch it, and beware. The video was taken down shortly afterwards because of a copyright claim by Viacom. Thank God. And that, my little pretties, was Goodbye SpongeBob, a SpongeBob Lost episode creepypasta written by KingKool720. My final thoughts on this story? Okay. I've actually heard of this story from the Formidable Robot as well as the Shadow Reader. I remember Shadow Reader did a Patrick read series where he reads this story. And let's just say I did not really like this story. I mean, there's a lot of cliches in this story that was added into there for the sake of it. Now, I'm going to sit here and just say this, to be honest, I honestly did not like this story. I'm being brutally honest. This story was cliched, but there was hyperrealistic stuff, like a hyperrealistic body, and then there's SpongeBob dying at the end. Like, really? I don't even know why the hell that story was even there. Like, why would there be, just random cliches in that thrown in there for the sake of throwing it in there? Like, I remember back on Shadow's old channel, he did make a video, well, he did make Patrick read it, so yeah. I honestly have to say that this story was definitely cliched. It actually was cliched to a full extent. Like, there was static and all that. I mean, it's a YouTube video. And why would the page take like 15 minutes to load unless the internet was where the protagonist was at was lagging or something? Then maybe I could understand that being the case. But there's no reason for it to be taking 15 minutes, if you get what I mean. And I'm gonna be, with all due honesty, this story was not really good. I mean, I've seen a couple people actually narrate this story, and they said that this SpongeBob creepypasta was honestly, you know, cliched, and it wasn't really that good to begin with. Now, this is just my opinion, just in case if you guys are all, wondering or something. This is just simply my own personal opinion on this, and, I really wish that, I mean, the grammar was okay, but it wasn't really the perfect grammar. Like, I mean, there were grammatical errors on here that kind of, did not make any sense. And I believe, yeah, there were a couple of run on sentences in the story, so that made the story extremely hard to read at times. But I think this story does need improvement on, what could have been done to make this story better. Now, I definitely would have to say this story does, well, it did have somewhat potential, but unfortunately it just failed. And that's the disappointing thing too, because, you know, this story just didn't really make sense at times. I mean, yeah, there were other stories, other narrators that narrated it and they said they didn't care for it. My personal opinion, this story needs what was it? Oh yeah, a rewrite. Like maybe a rewrite or something that would honestly really help out, but at this point I didn't really care for this story. It was not good. I don't care for it. It could have been, like something decent, but unfortunately that's not the case with this story. And I'm being brutally honest. So, I guess with that being the case and that being said, I'm going to sit here and just say this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with me, that is fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these pastas. And this is just simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story just a 2 out of 10. 2 because the grammar was okay. The sentence structuring does need to be improved a bit because there were run-on sentences in the story. Another thing I would have to say is that it was cliched. There was like hyperrealistic, something. And why would this episode, have a hyperrealistic style of a corpse as dead Bart? Like, why would you include other, another creepypasta name into the story? It just doesn't work. That's another thing I really have to point out is that it doesn't work in this. Oh boy. This story was definitely needs a lot more improvement and it does need more effort into it. This story just doesn't make any sense. If you get where I'm coming from, Plus, this story was not good. But yeah, I mean, this story just it just doesn't make any sense, and um that's the only thing, is that this story needs maybe more maybe more effort or something. At least that way, that would definitely really help out. But yeah. But anyways, I guess I'm just going to say right now, this story was not good. And it does need improvement. But yet again, I mean, who is to say about this? So, I mean, I don't know. You guys might be able to come up with, your own opinions, but yeah, feel free to state your own thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Anyways, what did you guys think about this story? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.